Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stuti series, continuing with Rudra Gita. Today shloka number 44, chapter 24, canto 4. Darshanam no didrikshunam
Darshanam no vidrishronam
Dehi Bhagavatarchitam
Dehi Bhagavatarchidam
Rupam Priyatamam Svanam
Rupam Priyatamam Svanam
Sarvendriya Gunanjanam.
Sarvendriya Gunanjanam.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Darshanam,
Darshanam
vision.
Vishan
Naha,
Nara
our.
Our
Didrikshunam,
Vidrikshanam
desirous to see.
Desirous to see.
Dehi,
Dehi
kindly exhibit.
kindly exhibit.
Bhagavata,
Bhagavata
of the devotees.
of the devotees.
Architam,
Archidam
as worshipped by them.
as worshipped by them.
Rupam,
Rupam
form.
form.
Priyatamam,
Priyatamam
dearmost.
dearmost.
Swanam,
Swanam
of your devotees.
of your devotees.
Sarva Indriya,
Sarva Indriya
all the senses.
all the senses.
Guna,
Guna
qualities.
qualities.
Anjanam,
Anjanam
very much pleasing.
very much pleasing.
My dear Lord,
My dear Lord,
I wish to see you exactly
I wish to see you exactly
in the form
the form
that your very dear devotees worship.
that your very dear devotees worship.
You have many other forms,
You have many other forms,
but I wish to see your form
but I wish to see your form
that is especially liked by the devotees.
that is especially liked by the devotees.
Please be merciful upon me
Please be merciful upon me
and show me that form.
and show me that form.
For only that form,
For only that form
worshipped by the devotees,
worshipped by the devotees
can perfectly satisfy
can perfectly satisfy
all the demands of the senses.
all the demands of the senses.
Reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport. In the Shruti or Veda mantra, it is said that the supreme absolute truth is Sarvakamaha, Sarvagandhaha, Sarvarasaha, or in other words, he is known as Rasovaisaha, the source of all relishable relationships, Rasaha. So Prabhupada is taking a verse from the Chandogya Upanishad, which says Sarvakamaha, Sarvagandhaha, Sarvarasaha. And it says, what does the Sarvakamaha mean? He who possesses all desires, or in whom all desires are fulfilled. That because the Lord is the source of all that exists, that means he must be the source of all desires as well. So all of your desires ultimately culminate in the Lord only. Sarvagandhaha, meaning he who has all the odors. That means any fragrance in the world that you appreciate is actually coming from the Supreme Lord. Sarva rasaha, he who has all tastes. That anything that you relish in this world actually originates from him. Therefore, Prabhupada is quoting this, that since the Lord is the source of everything, then he is also the source of all relationships, rasaha. We have various senses, the powers of seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, etc. And all the propensities of our senses can be satisfied when the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord. So that is that shloka. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha Sevanam bhaktiruchyate. That means if we use our senses to satisfy the master of all senses, then that is the best way in which one can be freed from all kinds of temporary designations. The only designation that matters is that you are the servant of the Supreme Lord. Bhakti means engaging all the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Hrishikesha. These material senses, however, cannot be engaged in the service of the Lord. Therefore, one has to become free from all designations. See, anything impure cannot be offered to the Lord. You have to be pure to offer yourself to the Lord. But the beautiful thing about Bhakti Yoga is that even though your senses are impure, the minute you utilize your senses in the service of the Lord, then your purification process has already begun. So even to become pure, we are dependent on the Lord. You cannot become pure independent of the Lord. So why not just use all your senses in the service of the Lord so that you can become free from all of these designations that is troubling you? Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. One has to become free from all designation of false egotism. We talked yesterday about how Lord Rudra represents the false ego. So we have to be free from all designation or false egotism and thus become purified. When we engage our senses in the service of the Lord, the desires or the inclinations of the senses can be perfectly fulfilled. Lord Shiva therefore wants to see the Lord in a form which is inconceivable to the Bauddha philosophers or the Buddhists. The Buddhists don't think the Lord even exists. It's you just have one life to live. You live it very faithfully, dutifully. Otherwise, nothing exists after that. Shunyavadi. That is what we recite every day in the Prabhupada Pranati Mantra. So taking darshan of something means many people, when they go to the temple, many pious people go to the temple, because when they take darshan of the Lord, they are asking for something from the Lord. So the reason for visiting a temple is actually to ask for something. But for devotees, darshan itself is very satisfying and fulfilling. We don't need to ask for anything. We don't want to ask for anything. Secondly, as Lord Shiva is saying here, the devotees don't want to see all the different forms of the Lord. And it reminds me of how Arjuna asks for the Vishvarupa darshan. At the end of it, he gets fed up and he says, I don't really, I'm not enjoying this at all. I want to see your Saumya Rupaha, your most beautiful form as two-handed Krishna. So devotees are naturally attracted by the all-attractive Lord Krishna. And when they take darshan, automatically all of their senses are being satisfied. So as we advance in Krishna consciousness, we become fixed on a particular form of the Lord that is most fulfilling to our senses. So as Prabhupada says, Sarvakamaha, Sarvagandhaha, Sarvarasaha, everything comes from the Lord. Prabhupada used to say that you can even preach to the drunkards when they are consuming their alcohol because they are enjoying alcohol or wine or whatever it is. That taste of that wine, that taste of that alcohol, you should tell them it is coming from Krishna. And so when they drink, they should only think of Krishna. Slowly, because they keep thinking of Krishna as they are consuming alcohol, they'll become purified and give up that addiction. So everything can be dovetailed in the service of the Lord. So then slowly this alcoholic will become Krishna conscious. So here Shiva is asking, although he is a pure devotee himself, he is in a different tattva altogether, as we discussed yesterday. He is asking to see that form of the Lord that is most dear to the devotees. Continuing with Prabhupada's purport, the impersonalists and the voidists also have to see the form of the Absolute. In Buddhist temples, there are forms of Lord Buddha in meditation, but these are not worshipped like the forms of the Lord in Vaishnava temples, forms like Radha Krishna, Sita Rama, or Lakshmi Narayana. Amongst the different sampradayas, the Vaishnava sects, either Radha Krishna or Lakshmi Narayana is worshipped. Lord Shiva wants to see that form perfectly, just as the devotees want to see it. The words Rupam, Priyatamam, Swanam are specifically mentioned here, indicating that Lord Shiva wants to see that form which is very dear to the devotees. The word Swanam is especially significant because only the devotees are very, very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Jnanis, the Yogis, the Karmis are not particularly dear, for the Karmis simply want to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as their order supplier. The Jnanis want to see him to become one with him. And the Yogis want to see him partially represented within their heart as Paramatma. But the Bhaktas or the devotees want to see him in his complete perfection. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.30, Venum Kvanantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksham Baraha Asitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept at playing on his flute, whose eyes are blooming like lotus petals, whose head is bedecked with peacock feathers, whose beauty is tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and whose unique loveliness charms millions of cupids. Thus, Lord Shiva's desire is to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is described in this way. That means Lord Shiva wanted to see the Shyamasundara form of the Lord. That is, he wants to see him as he appears to the Bhagavatas, the devotees. The conclusion is that Lord Shiva wants to see him in complete perfection and not in the impersonalist or voidist way. Although the Lord is one in his various forms, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim, still his form as the young enjoyer of the gopis and the companion of the cowherd boys, Kishora Murti, is the most perfect form. Thus, Vaishnavas accept the form of the Lord in his Vrindavana pastimes as the chief form. So for different devotees, different aspect of the Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan becomes their beloved Lord. For Bilva Mangala Thakur, the Lord stealing butter becomes his beloved Lord. In the Damodara Ashtakam, it is said that the author is talking, I forget the name, Satyavrata Muni, I think. He says that I always want to see this form of you, this face, your beautiful face, that is crying in fear of Mother Yashoda. So different pure devotees, as Prabhupada is saying, the Bhagavatas, they have different aspects of the Lord's Vrindavana pastimes as their favorite. So Lord Shiva is simply saying, you please give me that darshan if you feel I am fortunate enough. So, as it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. So that person who has good intelligence, even if he has desires or if he has no desires or he is desiring moksha, at all costs, such a person must worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this instruction we get in the Bhagavatam itself. You don't have to go anywhere else. You go to Krishna whether you have desires, you have no desires, you want moksha, you just want to see him. Whatever it is, you please go directly to Krishna himself. And what will Krishna do in turn for you? So one of the processes you have to follow, again going back to Bhagavatam, Shrinvatam Swakataha Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hridyantasto Yabhadrani, Vidunoti Suhrit Satam. Prabhupada translates this as that the Lord is sitting as Paramatma within each one of our hearts. He is the benefactor for all the devotees who are sincere, who are truthful. And what is the Lord's only job? He cleanses you of the desire for material enjoyment. Because the devotee suddenly has expressed to the Lord, I want to hear more about you. So the minute the devotee becomes attracted to Shravanam Kirtanam, then the Lord personally begins the cleansing of that devotee. So just hearing and chanting alone, just by doing these two things alone, you have invited Krishna to do the odorous task of cleaning your consciousness. But anyway, what we understand as Krishna says in the 11th shloka of the 4th chapter, Ye yathamam prapatyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushyav partha sarvashaha. In any event, Krishna is saying everybody is only looking for me. They may be looking for me directly or they may be seeking me indirectly. Either which way, since they are approaching me, I reward them accordingly based on their level of consciousness. So even if you're looking for happiness, happiness resides in Krishna. So you're searching for Krishna, except you don't realize you're searching for Krishna. If you're searching for all knowledge externally, you're actually searching for Krishna because Krishna is the source of all knowledge. So you don't realize that everything that you're doing, ultimately you are trying to search for Krishna. It's just, is it a direct search or is it indirectly looking for something that resides in Krishna except you don't know it? So in that purport to the 11th shloka, Prabhupada writes, everyone is searching for Krishna and the different aspects of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence and as the all-pervading supersoul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. So consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. It's based on your desire. So your desire determines the form of the Lord that you see, correct? And here, Lord Shiva is saying, you please, my dear Lord, please be merciful unto me and show me that form, because only that form that is worshipped by the pure devotees of the Lord is going to automatically satisfy all of my senses.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.